It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Chargers. Next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you? Yeah. Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Just about set for football. Blake Groupie is ready to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
This guy's leadership is so important to how this offense functions. He doesn't shrink from any moments on game day, and everything he does with confidence. He sets the example in practice, off the field, and is the guy leading everyone out for each possession.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This is 2nd and 8. Now it's Herbert. Johnston on the quick slant. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Right side, he has Johnston. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Herbert. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Chase Young. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They'd been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 15 yards there for number 15.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got it. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston from 8 yards out. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the 2nd, and finally, points were registered.
On the other sideline, they're chomping at the bit just to get the football. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen, ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6. To throw his Carr. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And every time you step on a field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact. but that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Carr now to throw. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, it's Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
So after the field goal, back out is Groupie to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Justin Herbert and the rest of the Charger offense set to take over once more.
Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what
too.
I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
Here's Herbert.
Open man, it's Palmer.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. On the out route, he finds Johnston. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards there and a first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done. Here's Herbert. He's got another one to Johnston. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Herbert back to the air. Short throw to Disley. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now 2nd and 3. Herbert now. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a capper there to a pretty good first half. And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered. How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game. And I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control. Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one, and we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Gets this one to Hill. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Olave motioning to the left. Throwing now is Carr. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
I'm sure after he called the ball and looked up, he thought to himself, uh-oh, trying to find some space, trying to make people miss. But a swarm of defenders were there, and they dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Out of the gun, Herbert. Steps away. Herbert has it knocked free. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And at this stage in the game, sure, you wanted the touchdown. You're already in the red zone, but boy, you squandered a chance to at least get the field goal there, so no points out of this, and we stay tied.
Very disappointed team. No one more disappointed than the kicker who thought he had a chance to be the hero of the day. All they had to do is trot him out on the field. They didn't even give him the opportunity.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long.
Herbert. And this is caught at the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Partner, normally double coverage is reserved for receivers and tight ends, but this time they actually targeted the running back with it, and it still wasn't enough. He attacked the defense and got in a great position to haul in the catch and get a nice gain out of it.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now it's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, Herbert. Open man, it's Johnston. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. From midfield, here's Carr.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Carr to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Carr again. And that's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And just shutting him off there. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Stopped and handed a loss by Willie Gay that time.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Herbert off of play action. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are right back in this football game. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
So time for Carr and the Saints. Trailing 17-10, just over 2 minutes to go. They'll have one play here just north of the 2-minute warning. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing his Carr. It gets this complete to Shaheed. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Still plenty of time and the 2 timeouts. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Now 2nd and 4. Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Carr to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. It may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Carr. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers have just about sewn up this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here, because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way, as we saw there.
Victory formation time for the Chargers. They take a knee. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everyone.